Protesters are young and old, Republican and Democrat. I'm standing in front of Tower Hall. Police say this has been a hot spot for bike theft. Lance Armstrong is resting at home after undergoing surgery yesterday for a broken collarbone. If you're interested in TV or film production, the Saturday Badge may be your best bet. Texas State students and San Marcos residents exercised their First Amendment right to assemble yesterday at the Tax Day Tea Party. The nationwide protests were named after the Boston Tea Party that occurred more than 200 years ago. University students marched from the campus to the Hays County Courthouse, where they met with some city residents to oppose President Obama's spending policies.
Basically, it's getting the word out that our government is it's doing things behind our back that is very wrong. It's disobeying the Constitution.
The activists also voiced their disdain for the Federal Reserve. They want more transparency in government and are worried that inflation is ahead.
I believe that the Bush years were kind of squandered spending a bunch of money we didn't have. And, the Federal Reserve allows us to print that money out of nowhere. And, we need to get back to some fiscal conservatism.
Protesters are young and old, Republican and Democrat. They've gathered at the courthouse with one thing on their mind: the future of America. For Bobcat Update, I'm Mary Dichard. Texas State bikers should be extra careful where they lock their bikes on campus. Theft has been increasing in the past few weeks, and police have not made an arrest. They say West Campus is getting hit the worst. I'm standing in front of Tower Hall. Police say this has been a hot spot for bike theft. Business major Duncan Davis says that 2 of his dorm mates at Tower had their bikes stolen within the last few months. Davis says that both of them had cable locks on their bikes, which are easy to break with a wire cutter. The UPD recommends kryptonite or U-locks for bikes.
And we recommend a kryptonite type lock so that it makes it much harder for the thief to cut through the lock.
Even if you think it's okay to leave your bike alone for a second, think again. One Texas State student learned the hard way.
I left it outside my house, and the next morning it was gone.
If you're worried about your bike getting stolen, you can register it with the UPD's RIDE program. If interested, go ahead and look up your bike's serial number and then go to the UPD website where you can register your bike for free. For Bobcat Update, I'm Mary Dichard. Lance Armstrong is resting at home after undergoing surgery yesterday for a broken collarbone. He broke it while racing in Spain earlier this week. Normal recovery time would be a minimum of 8 to 12 weeks. However, the 7-time Tour de France champion plans on resting only a week before he begins training on a stationary bike. Armstrong had 12 screws and a 5-inch stainless steel plate inserted into his collarbone. Regardless, he is still hopeful of competing in the Tour of Italy race in May.